Spain wants to extradite Carles Puigdemont and 5 other leaders abroad for rebellion and misuse of public funds. But the Supreme Court admitted to Germany that it cannot prove public money was spent in the referendum. Hello, and welcome to Catalan News. The sentence is already written. The real trial will be in an international court. This is what a former Catalan MP said today to the judge prosecuting pro-independence leaders. 9 of them are in prison, 7 abroad. In total, 25 are being sent to trial. Today at Catalan News, we'll get you the latest on the judicial case against pro-independence leaders. We'll also keep you up to date on the latest political negotiations, and we'll visit the FoodTech fair, where we'll discover how technology can help with what you eat. Today we learned that the Spanish Supreme Court admitted to Germany that it cannot prove that public money was used to pay for the independence referendum. Catalan leaders abroad are being prosecuted by Spain for alleged crimes of violent rebellion and misuse of funds. Germany already rejected an extradition of leader Carles Puigdemont for rebellion, arguing that there was no violence used. With this latest admission by the Supreme Court, could things become complicated on a possible extradition for misuse of public funds?
A decision on Carles Puigdemont's extradition is expected in the coming days or weeks. The Schleswig-Holstein General Prosecutor's Office will have its say before the region's High Court decides on the issue. A month ago, the German judges ruled out the rebellion charges against Puigdemont, yet they were also unsure about the alleged misuse of public funds. They thus asked their Spanish counterparts for more information to confirm the accusations, but the judges in Madrid may fail to provide it. In a report sent to the Schleswig-Holstein authorities 2 weeks ago, the Spanish Supreme Court admitted to not having evidence of misappropriation of public money by Carles Puigdemont's cabinet in preparing the referendum on October the 1st last year. The judge in charge of the case says he is still waiting for another document from the Spanish Treasury to cast more light on the alleged crimes. Some weeks ago, the finance minister claimed that no public money had been spent on the referendum. In the months leading up to the vote, his ministry was in de facto control of Catalonia's finances. The report came up on the same day that a former pro-independence MP testified before the Supreme Court. Far-left CUP party member Mireia Boya claimed that the case is political and she rejected violence.
Varis països que ja han reconegut que s'està jutjant fets polítics i que s'està jutjant aquests fets polítics no de forma jurídica sinó de forma política. És a dir, el Tribunal Suprem està fent política. Mai hi ha hagut violència, ha estat un procés democràtic i l'única violència que ha existit és la de l'1 d'octubre per part dels cossos i forces de seguretat de l'Estat.
She also told the judge in charge of the case that the sentence has already been decided and that the real trial will come before the international authorities. She is accused of disobedience and so is not facing prison, but 13 officials charged with rebellion could be sentenced to up to 30 years behind bars.
It's a known secret. Carles Puigdemont wants to be re-elected Catalan president, but the Spanish government will stand in the way again by blocking in court the law that would allow him to be sworn in from Germany. This time, his party already said that it will announce an alternative candidate in order to have an investiture vote by Monday. The name of the alternative, however, is still a mystery. Only Puigdemont himself knows who it is. Tomorrow, the Spanish government is expected to challenge the latest attempt by Puigdemont to be elected from abroad in the Constitutional Court. When this happens, the name of the new candidate might be announced. Pro-independence parties will be able to elect someone else, as the same court has decided not to deny MPs from abroad their right to vote in the chamber, thus maintaining their majority, at least for now. Unidas Ciudadans has asked the court to urgently block Puigdemont and another MP in Brussels from voting, arguing that they fled justice. Activity in the Catalan parliament has been slow in recent months, as there's not much legislation to process because there's no government. Everyone is waiting for a crucial vote on electing a president, one that could take place this very week. Today, Parliament celebrated the 73rd anniversary of the end of the Second World War, with a ceremony led by Speaker Roger Torrent. Members remembered those fallen in the European conflict in a fight against fascism that many in Catalonia and Spain hoped would also mean a liberation of the Franco dictatorship. However, that never happened. Today, Torrent said that even if fascism was defeated in Europe in 1945 and died in Spain in 1975, there are still very worrying signs that part of that extreme and racist right-wing ideology is still alive.
I no podem callar tampoc davant de la situació que ens fa veure als nostres carrers i a les nostres places determinades manifestacions amb simbologia feixista i simbologia nazi. No ho podem permetre.
Let's move on now to business. More than 38,000 people are expected to arrive in Barcelona these days to take part in the FoodTech and ISPAC fairs, where technology and food reign supreme. Have you ever wondered how technology is helping improve the food industry to make your life easier? Well, take a look.
Technology is everywhere. It's the new opium of the masses, a double-edged sword maybe for some, but it cannot be denied how much easier it has made our lives in many aspects. It is a key mechanism that keeps the bulk of society ticking along on varying levels. The food and packaging industries are no different. And advancements in technologies are playing a key role in this year's ISPAC and FoodTech fairs. The two separate congresses are being held simultaneously in Barcelona and kicked off today with high expectations. With 1,100 exhibitors from 30 different countries, there certainly are a lot of new innovations on display at the 4th edition of the event. ABB, one of the companies present, showcased a robot to facilitate the packaging process.
Quan automatitzem un procés sempre veiem un canvi, un augment molt directe a la productivitat. Tenim unes màquines que són molt fiables, ajuden a produir més ràpid.
Other innovations giving an insight into the future of the food and packaging industry include a 3D printer that can engrave food and even make an apple into a type of puff pastry in less than a minute. But it doesn't stop there. Aside from advancements in food packaging, also on display were new kinds of containers, smart labels that tell people when food has gone off, biodegradable packaging, and much, much more. Even your standard kitchen tiles can't escape the technological takeover of the planet. Made by the company Rosagres, these tiles actually shorten the life cycle of bacteria, making the space a much cleaner area to work in. To find out more about what's on offer, head down to the Fira de Barcelona. ISPAC and FoodTech run until Sunday.
Festival season in Catalonia is approaching fast, and with all the choices available, it's sometimes hard for events to stand out. One very unique one, though, is happening for the second time ever, includes audience participation, and is perfect for fans of Bruce Springsteen. Let's see what it was like last year.
The Boss, sung by over 1,000 musicians, a feat achieved by last year's No Surrender festival, named after the Bruce Springsteen song, and which aims to be repeated again this year. The second edition will be held at the end of June at Vilanova de Bellpuig in western Catalonia. The piece this time will be a different hit, Badlands, to be interpreted by guitar, bass, drums, voice, keys and the sax. This year will also include the No Surrender Kids space for the under 15. This will happen June 10 to give extra practice time to younger musicians so they can feel more confident once the festival and the performance rolls around. So far, over 100 are set to take part. Musicians and participants at this year's festival will come from Switzerland, the UK, Germany, France and Italy. Currently, over 400 people sign up to play. Dedicated to an international artist, No Surrender is also a chance to immerse oneself in Catalan culture, especially the food provided by local ecological businesses. The highlight is the group song, but headliners also include the most well-known Springsteen cover band in Europe, the Blood Brothers. Organizers also hope that the special guests will show and have rented a country house just in case he decides to show up. This is, of course, the boss himself. So if you ever wanted to belt out your favorite Bruce Springsteen song with a group of talented musicians, and who knows, maybe Springsteen himself, June 29 and 13 is the time to do it.
And with this, we finish today's show. We'll leave you with some images of the water in the Pyrenees. There's plenty of it because we've seen weeks and weeks of rain and even snow in some high altitudes. Enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow.